Hello. I have not been on Facebook for a while. I have managed to design my work life, and it's taken time to not feel difficult and not feel hard and not feel unpleasant and not be painful. And I've been able to just check, yeah, I am online. Just been able to design a different way of working depending on how I feel. So I haven't wanted to do Facebook Lives for a while. So I haven't, because I can do other things like I write, or I can set up a workshop, or I have groups where, I can generate interest in new ways of working. So I really want people to understand in the healing arts that maybe it isn't as hard as you're making it out to be. And what I really want to so the title of the video is, why is business and marketing so hard for people in the healing arts? So the healers, the wellness practitioners, chiropractors, energy workers, shamanic practitioners, sound healers, yoga teachers, all of the smorgasbord. And I think part of it is it's a bit of a mystery. We weren't, many healing modalities teach beautifully so that you're a good practitioner. You might have case studies and all that sort of thing going, but they're not teaching you marketing in the modern world. And when we finish school, we don't know how to do marketing or business, to be honest. I don't think. I even went to university and did 2 degrees in the business school, and I didn't know how to set up a business when I left. I know how to think about stuff, but not necessarily, do business in that way. So yeah, it's like this sort of air of mystery, and it's like so confusing and difficult. But I think one of the main problems, and I've worked with many people now in the healing arts, and it's what I'm passionate about. And the reason why I'm passionate about that is because if I can help someone be more visible with their healing work, not only am I helping them sustain a life, their life, their survival, which is epic anyway, and their family, but they are then going to help and work with people themselves. So my impact is greater in helping people that are going to have an impact on others. So that's where I'm at. And, I'm really passionate about making the healing arts credible, viable, informed, safe. And, the healing arts have been around since the beginning of humanity, since the beginning of time. I think I remember reading a story about when did humans become civilized or something like that? And it was, the woman said, when she discovered the archaeological remains of a man that had his leg set, a broken leg was set. And that's healing, that's setting, helping something fix and be able to move forward and have a life beyond a disease or illness. Or modern illness is mental and emotional as well. So the people that I'm talking to are people that help people, and people have always helped people. And our professions are valuable and incredible, actually. The wellness industry is probably one of the biggest industries as well, I've heard, in terms of how much they generate on the online space. It's huge. People want help. People believe in coaching. People, people are looking for the alternatives or the old ways, the natural earth ways of helping themselves heal or to thrive. So that's why I help people in the wellness industries, and why I really believe, I want to be an advocate. I'm placing myself as an advocate for the healing arts, and I'm here to help demystify some of this whole marketing for, I call it, magical marketing, or marketing and business for magical people, or people in the healing arts, because we're not necessarily the most how would you say, excited about building business structures, because it isn't that magical when you look at it that way. And I think that one of the biggest, okay, I'm going to go through, as per usual, I've got a bit of a list, but I really want to look at the stories you tell yourself. So I'm assuming right now I'm talking to you because you are a healer of some kind. You want to set up your practice. You're really good at what you do. You've had clients and you want to start getting your practice moving. You want more clients. You have the capacity to hold more, and it's a bit like uncomfortable and frustrating that you don't really get how to do the marketing side of things. And you weren't really necessarily taught it, fair enough. But I think the biggest block that I'm encountering, one of the biggest ones, is the stories you tell yourself. So I don't know if you recognize yourself, say you are trying to do something different, new, like maybe you're trying to make an image for your workshop, or you are trying to set up your website, or you are going to create an event of some kind or a retreat, but you've put it off, you're procrastinating, you're resisting, you're afraid, and you're getting frustrated because things aren't working the way you want, or they don't make sense to you, or it's not, it feels hard. And I think what's happening is that you're telling yourself this is hard, or business is hard, or I'm not good at business, or like frustrated, kind of throw the baby out with the bathwater, just like, oh, I can't do it, this isn't for me, I'm no good at this, and giving up too easy. I think people are giving up way too easy and labeling themselves something. One of my biggest, I have a teenage daughter and I hear teenagers talk. And one of my biggest things that I've noticed is that they label themselves. Oh, I am anxious, or this or that. And I am this. And it's the same with adults, labeling themselves as not good at something. And I'm sorry, but I think labels should be temporary and expire within about 10 minutes of being spoken, because we are not fixed beings at all. And I'm living proof that I didn't have to stay in toxic relationships, feeling abandoned, lonely, dejected, depressed, anxious, rage, having road rage. I had a lot of stuff that I was fighting with, and I could have stayed, oh, this is me for it. This is what I'm like this. I'm fixed. And no, I sort of started realizing that it's really got to learn how to shift your energy, your mind, and your emotions, and start building a different attitude to yourself and to the work you're doing. And there are so many tools to do that. So many practitioners that are working on that and can help you with that. But the main person that can help you with that is you. And it's the same with physical ailments. You can go and have massage and chiropractic all you want, but if you don't work with the emotions that are stuck in the body or move your body yourself, then it's going to take a very long time to heal, if you will, even, So it all comes down to you. And I really do believe that doing business and marketing in this field takes for you to become a person that can run a business. And that means there is a different attitude to take to how you're going to do this. So one of the things that I do, I've said that I'm going to share some things I do, is I see that what I'm building, whenever I'm building it, is for a very long, long game. Say I know I'm going to be in this field for 20 years more, at least. So when I think about building something, say a website or something, I want to get it right, but I also don't see it like, I don't want to put it off forever, because if I just get it done, that short-term pain has a much longer term benefit. So I see that when we are building our businesses as in the healing arts, I like to see it as we're building a temple. We're building like an ancient cathedral, like there's mastery, there's craft. And people that used to build those big cathedrals, they would be apprentices and then masters, but they might not see the end of that building. They might not see it finished in their lifetime. And I kind of look at what, you build in your healing practice. If you're really serious and committed and you know that that is what you've come here to do, and that you working in half-bit jobs that you don't like is really not going to sustain you, or it's going to make you feel unwell eventually, and you know you're going to have to do this at some point. And it's all down to this attitude, I think, a shift in attitude. Really learn. So becoming an apprentice to a master is really learning how to refine your attitude. And what I mean by that is picking an attitude. Is it kind? You know, getting frustrated at technology that's overwhelming you every time. And I can't do it. Oh my God, I'm no good at this. It's never my friend. You know, that's which is stopping you from moving forward. Take that attitude and start peeling back the layers and looking at it and being like, what, you know, like, why, is that helping me? Is it kind? Is it useful? Is it helping me move forward? And it's not the technology that's not helping you move forward, it's your attitude. So how can you learn the tools to start shifting how you think about stuff? And, you know, becoming a bit more mindful of how your brain is stopping you from moving forward. So there's a lot of stories that you tell yourself probably that are stopping you from building the thing, building the foundations, starting to build this cathedral, or, you know, this temple that people will walk into. You're creating a space, a safe space, not only in your capacity to hold your clients and the intimacy that you hold with your clients. And when I mean intimacy, I'm not talking about anything weird. I'm saying that you lovingly are able to hold space for people you're going to work with. It's a huge responsibility saying that you are going to do energy healings on someone, or that you're going to do, take them through a program or whatever. It's not to be taken lightly. And I really think that it's important that you, I mean, this is outside of what I'm really talking about, but if you're going down this path, you know, make sure you know that you're trained in holding space for people, that you are actually a safe space to come to. And don't offer what you're not ready to offer. You know, if you're not trauma informed, don't tell people you're doing trauma releasing or something. You know, that I think that's unethical. So I digress, excuse me. And so what, you know, we're building these cathedrals and these temples, if you like, safe, beautiful, constructed, well thought out containers, whether it's a 1 hour session or a 5-week thing or an event. And building that, you might build it to a certain extent the first time you offer it. And then the second time you'll build it a little bit, the roots will go deeper, the systems will be stronger. And then the next time it'll be even better. We are continuously learning and growing. You don't give that up. If you can build the muscle of like, okay, I'm going to keep growing, like next year, I'll be learning more skills towards being able to run my business efficiently. And the amount of skills I've had to sit and learn, technological skills I've had to sit and learn with a bit of, you know, internet searching there and watching videos to be like, how do you do this? And I still look that stuff up. I've had to learn how to, well, I wanted to learn how to edit my own pictures, you know, if I wanted to make my own flyer, you know, like my own logos and stuff. And that was a huge shift. I was paying people to do that. And I've actually, you know, the artist in me loves making those images. So I give myself time and space to learn that. But I've had to learn the skills to do it. And I've had to learn, I would say about, I don't know, 40 different programs for different things in my business over time. And I've not gone in there going, I can't do it. And I've gone in there going like, I'm gonna have to click buttons, quite a lot of buttons until I, you know, I'll test and try. That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. Oh my God, I'm getting it now. That works with that. And then I'm building up my own style. And it's an enjoyable process. So I really think that business doesn't have to feel hard, and neither does marketing. And there's this thing that goes on in the healing art. Well, no, sorry. There's a thing that goes on in marketing courses. You know, you go to someone's marketing course and they go, this is a one size fits all, you know, everyone was going to build a funnel and it's going to look like this. And you need to have that. And everyone sounds kind of the same, but with different words. And you can, the minute you listen to people's marketing, you're like, oh, I think they did that course. And I don't think that works for people that are in the healing arts. Not really. Maybe like a chiropractor's like system that they use to sign, to like track the records of their clients. That's something maybe that works for all chiropractors. But in terms of how you're going to speak about what you do and who you are and how you transmit who you are and build trust with your audience or your clients is going to be different for every single one of you. Some of you, and me, changing as time goes on. Sometimes I want to do video. Sometimes I just like writing. Sometimes I want to do a workshop live. Sometimes I just want to record a bunch of stuff. And I follow the rhythms and cycles of what feels good to me, depending on what's going on in my life. And that means that I've taken off the limiting, the limits placed upon, I've taken not the blinkers off, because it's not like blinded. I've opened up to limitless possibilities of how business can be done. So my brain is constantly thinking of new ways and new ideas and new things that can happen to do business. I haven't stuck to a single format or a webinar funnel or a sales call thing, because I don't like sales calls. I don't like doing those weird sales calls, so I don't. I talk to people. I have like a chat with people that are interested in my courses, because I want to know that they're ready, that their energy is right for the group, that they actually are okay in a group setting, that they can handle deep and powerful energy work, and that they're ready in their journey. Because it is absolutely awful having a group container and having one or two people that are disruptive and not ready, or don't have the experience necessary to kind of be in the vibes with the rest of the group. So it's really important to me to have those chats, and it's not them interviewing me, it's me interviewing them. Are you ready to step into my powerful container? And we'll find out. And it's a friendly chat, and there's no sales call at all to it. It's sacred sales, and there's nothing wrong with the word selling. Or, we could call it providing. I'm providing and contributing, and that has to be remunerated. So when it comes to refining an attitude that is of a craftsman and a master, that is building something long term, it's a different kind of attitude to building this the foundations and the artistry of the building. And starting with the foundations, it's like baby steps every day, and that takes constant refinement of attitude and a devotion to the action. So I created Visibility Gateway, but then when you finish that, there's a few things that I have built because it was needed. That means that you can get really long-term support and help in whilst you build this thing, which includes building your energetic container that is resilient and able to lead itself through all the ups and downs of a business. There are ups and downs in the business. You can't foolproof your life and your business so that nothing ever happens. It's about what kind of attitude are you going to have when you're going through the ups and downs. And I don't know where mine came from, but mine, even before I started, was an incredibly powerful. The moment I was able to focus on where I'm going and what I'm doing, I could feel how unstoppable that energy was. Nothing is going to stop me. Nothing is going to take me off this path again. And that's a big force. So when my work deletes or I don't understand the computer program, I just breathe, and it's grit. It's like, I'm going to breathe. I'm not giving up. Yeah, it's grit, breath, and determination to get that I'm going in that direction. So, and then, yeah, this core strength that can bend and is so, the roots are so strong that you can be knocked left and right and ups and downs, and you're still rooted in yourself as a leader of your creation. So that's some of my magic sauce. And Devoted Action is like a 10-week program. I'm not even talking about that right now, but the concept of devoted action comes after the visibility gateway, but it's a prayer to your life force. Being devoted and taking action every day, it's like a practice. It's a prayer to your future self and to who you're contributing to. You're dedicated to this. Everything you've ever done is building up to these actions. And devoted action has respect in it. You're respecting your life force. I did so much grit and building foundations. I was so bored during the pandemic that I literally just went, right, just going to go for it. All these things I've been dreaming of building, but I was too busy doing aura transformation. I'm building it now. So I kind of like overdid it a little bit. So I had the whole summer off, and I could afford to because I'd worked so hard. So it was fine. But that devoted action was like, I'm so devoted to building this thing, so I'm just going to get through it, just going to keep building. And then I'm going to be devoted to me and taking the time and space I need. And I've written so much in the last 8 years, and I've got so many videos, and I've built up so much trust with my community that I can take some time off and it'll be okay. And that was a beautiful feeling, trusting that I'm feeling emotional, but trusting that everything I've done in the last decade is still here with me. It's in my energy field, it's in my voice, it's in my heart, so that I can drop the ball sometimes and it's still with me. So there's this this long-term view. It also encapsulates all the ups and downs that have come from before. You being consistent over many years, and the failures and the no-shows and it didn't work, to, oh my God, it was amazing. All the hard work in the training, healer people, we train hard in all the things, the courses we do. It's that encapsulates all of that. It encapsulates all the lessons you learn at school, or if you finished uni and it was a completely different subject, but all of that is incorporated in this long-term view of this amazing structure you're building. And sometimes it's not till like 10 years after the event that you're like, now I know why I did that. Now I understand why I had to go and get lost in Australia, because I ended up, doing my first ever live group healing session for 27 people. And, I built a big muscle that day. So there's always silver linings. Let me see where I'm at. Yeah, so there's what the main idea of today was just to say, like, stop telling yourself stories about what you do and what you're not doing and how hard things are, because it's holding you back. It's holding you back from taking devoted action towards this beautiful thing you're building. But I'm going to just, I also understand that there are ancient stories playing out, epigenetic, like trauma jumping generations, your genetic ancestral bloodline stories are also playing out in your system. The entire of humanity is playing out in our system. The ancient falls of civilization, cataclysmic breakup of tribal communities, the onslaughts of industrial revolution, how women have been treated in the world, how our education has dumbed us down. All these collective historical experiences are playing out in your cells. So yes, all of that does play a role in why business is so hard when you're trying to do business in the healing arts. There's a lot going on, and luckily kinesiology that I work with, which is the art of muscle testing. If you want me to do a video on what kinesiology is, can you please do a video on that, because I'm happy to do it and explain it more. But it can really get to the bullseye. Why is this energy like blocking the throat or blocking the heart, or I can't think straight? When did that start? Why is it happening? Is it collective, ancestral? Is it your childhood? Whatever. What can be done? What is needed? Let's do it. We clear and alchemize and transmute the energy, and then move on. So it's incredible having kinesiology as a tool. And also there is definitely the part of the nervous system that it does, it's trying to keep you safe all the time, trying to warn you that things might be dangerous. So working with the nervous system and the fear that comes up around visibility and business and doing whatever it is you're going to challenge yourself to do. So how can we learn to regulate the nervous system is hugely important, I think. And that comes alongside refining your emotional responses, refining your mental processes around you taking action in your business. Because I do believe that business can be joyful, art, craft, mastery, crafting something, mastering something, building something, a temple, sacred temple, and marketing can be magical. It can be the pure alignment of your spirit, your mission, your blueprint, your dream, your vision being transmitted to the people that need you the most. And that alignment, if we can clear that up and have no layers of fear or fright or old stories going, don't do that, that's dangerous, women don't behave like that, or whatever it is, don't be visible, don't make too much money, don't be successful, you won't be a good parent, all this stuff going on. Like, people call it self-sabotage. I don't like that anymore. In some of my old videos, I heard myself saying it, and I don't like it. I think it's your body's just trying to keep yourself safe. It's not trying to sabotage you. You're just trying to get love. You're trying to get seen. You're trying to get being held. So it's not sabotage. It's just trying to keep you safe. So let's be kinder to that part. Don't shout at yourself going, stop sabotaging. You should be like, I love you. You belong here. Your voice matters, and it might take longer than you thought to get there, but we're going to get there together. I've got you. That's what you should be saying, not stop sabotaging. And I think everything that I do, whether it's visibility gateway, money gateway, heart retrieval, oral transformation, all the things, it's all coming down to being more embodied, as in having this very strong, I call it a pillar, a very strong pillar sense of self, a very strong sense of self, the true sense of self that guards the eternal internal flame that is the focus and loci of your consciousness, and your spirit is guarded, is sanctum. It's just like in its own temple space. It cannot be touched. It cannot be doubted or questioned or toppled or made to be wrong or not good enough or not worthy. All those things are implicit, and the human spirit can expand when it feels like that. And the human self can be like, I'm okay here. Of course I should speak what I feel. Of course my expression matters. I am a part of the fabric of consciousness. And so all of my work kind of brings you down to that you are worthy, you are deserving, that you can build a life that works for you. You can build a business that is not cookie cutter. You can build it in a way that functions for your personality and your learning style and your expression needs. You can outsource what isn't for you. But just know that step by step and constant encouragement of yourself, encouraging yourself is going to get you there. So don't give up, please. And the visibility gateway, the last one I did was May, and I've taken a big chunk of time off. It's going to be the 6th one. It's new, improved, and longer. It has an extra whole week of help and coaching on certain aspects of being on video and on camera. And there's so much support that follows on from it too. You'll be joining a community. So look out in the next few weeks. I'm going to release all the feedback from the round 5. And so each participant gets their own picture alongside everyone else's picture that did the previous rounds. And you'll get to see a little bit more about who's joined and who's in the community. And, hopefully we build a community of healers that are all building these cathedrals and these temples together. And we're encouraging each other, and we're celebrating each other, and we're not in this alone. And so, yeah, I think the support that carries on is invaluable. So that's on the 1st of November. There's limited spaces, and I'd love to talk to you if you're interested. And yeah, let me just see if I said everything I wanted to say. Yeah. So just finally, the stories that I tell myself, I said, stop telling yourself stories that are keeping you limited and small and frustrated. The stories I tell myself daily, apart from what I just said, like I belong, I am worthy, I'm here, I'm supporting myself, I encourage myself. But I tell myself things that sometimes I just have to work hard on something, like pay attention to something and really work on it, and maybe get help, like get fed or something once I do it. I keep, but build a big chunk of the structure, and then I take my foot off for a bit until I feel like doing the next chunk. It's not all happening at once necessarily. I tell myself that everything I do counts. Every layer of behaviors that lead to the beautiful creation counts. Every little piece counts. Everything I've ever done is stacking in my energy field so that when I speak to people, they feel it in their body because it's a solid truth. And I know that if I set my intention like, okay, I'm going to run a course, there's going to be the containers here, there's going to be X amount of people that come, and they're coming up by that time, and I see it and I feel it happen, and my spirit is booming into the ethers like a big radiant lighthouse going, dur, 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 here we go, come, it's ready for you, that thing you needed is here. And so it's not all shouting and dancing online and flyers and whatever, it's actually an energetic magical marketing too. And that I hold that dream, and to the dream of what I want to happen, or the vision, I hold that and I just know it's true. And I also affirm that I'm going to get there with the least resistance and the least suffering. And so it is. Thank you. And I am going to do a free, I'm not sure if it's going to be all on the same day or over 2 days, a free workshop masterclass for anyone to join that would like to experience this work and understand it more. There'll be some guided meditation stuff, but it makes it accessible to everyone then. And yeah, I'll announce that soon. Lots of love, everyone. Thank you for listening.